We are back with another episode of Cape Ann Today, kind of an exciting one because we actually have breaking news. We were talking to Ethan Forman of the Gloucester Times. He's wearing his white shirt because he was supposed to be reporting into us from Fiesta, but in fact, he is live at a fire at the Beacon Marine. Another sad story this week, Ethan. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah, at about 7 o'clock, I had a fire at Beacon Marine Basin on 211 East Main Street. It's an iconic building. I think everyone knows it. It looks like a roller coaster.
What?
And it's a building that's entirely, if you can see, is built on pilings. Right. So what I was told, I spoke briefly with the press conference with Assistant Chief Revis about 7 o'clock today. They got a report of fire in the basement, and fire crews arrived. There was a heavy fire that went up into the building. If you can see behind me, the fire was more towards where the two peaked roofs sections of the building are, and that is what I saw. When I arrived, I didn't see any flames. According to the most important thing there were no injuries.
And there are people who
to any firefighters, and everyone got out of the building.
And the people do inhabit the Beacon Marine, right?
Oh yeah, people live there.
Yeah.
People are living there. I talked to one gentleman who had just woken up, and he saw smoke, went to one side, went to get out, saw smoke, went to another side, and he and his neighbor got out. Red Cross is on scene to help those who were displaced.
And so, yeah, how many people do we think have been displaced?
They think about 15.
Okay.
But everyone is out. I mean, that's the important thing. I just want to stress there's no injuries.
And what kind of damage are we looking at? I can see, it looks like you're pointing to that roof situation. So is the roof missing?
Yeah, so I'll back up a little bit. They were working on about an hour ago. There was still smoke coming out from that roof section. As you can see on the background.
Yeah, it's the piece that adjoins the house-like structure, and then
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's where they were working. In fact, earlier they had the Gloucester police boat out with a pump, pouring water on the roof to contain the building. It's one of these old ramshackle buildings, and they're probably working on trying to locate fire in the voids right now.
Is there any conversation about what the source was?
No, not at this time.
Right. Wow. And there was another fire this week. Do you have any more details to report on this one?
Yeah, this is the second fire in a week. I'm covering Gloucester since December, and this is the second fire. We had that fire on School Street, 33 School Street. The source of that was determined to be electrical in nature. An electrical receptacle at the back of the building caught the building on fire, and that was a serious fire. There was two firefighters who were treated for stress-related injuries, and two occupants. There was two occupants taken to the hospital. Not sure about the second occupant, so I have to. I've been trying to get information on that. I don't know. The owner of the building is the owner of the Yellow Sub Shop in town.
Right. Yeah, people
there
love
was something
them.
Something on one of the websites.
Yeah. No, in your article you linked to a couple of GoFundMe pages, right?
Yeah, and then somebody else had put it up a GoFundMe page. If anyone wants to give watching this to one of the occupants of the building, you can go to just type in the GoFundMe Gloucester House Fire, and then you'll be able to locate it.
Okay, great. And you said the Red Cross is on the scene right now, and they're taking care of the 15 inhabitants of the Beacon Marine.
Yeah, a representative of the Red Cross is interviewing some of the people, to get a handle on it.
Right. Well, and then we had it was an awful week, another tragedy in Gloucester. Do you want to talk about yesterday's event?
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad because this is, like, as I said, look, I wore my white shirt. I thought I was going to be down at the Fiesta site.
Right.
But yesterday we got word of a possible drowning. And so I went up to Vernon's Pit. It's a quarry in the vicinity of the Plum Cove school. And I was able to meet with a resident who was kindly, with her dog Halo, I think her name was Alexandra, took me out to the quarry. And at the time we got there, I think the party that the young man was with, was still on the scene and was being taken to the Plum Cove school just to get away from the scene. Divers went in the water, the state police divers and the Beverly dive team went in the water and recovered a body. 18-year-old man. Right. Not a resident of Gloucester, a tragedy nonetheless.
Right. And I know you said this in the article, and it's been stated by the Gloucester police quite often that they do not allow swimming in these quarries, right? But
well, you know, it's like, I think it's one of those things where I think residents of Lanesville do use the quarries. I don't know what the access points are like. The side of the quarry that they had gone in, it looks like it was well trampled and you could jump off. You know, when you go in the water, I've been told it's dark. It's pitch black. There's no lights. And if you jump from a high place and you wind up in a, you know, going down a few feet, you'll become disoriented. You're not going to know which way is up. So maybe the public service announcement, just don't swim in the quarries. Just, you know, enjoy them, sit around them. But, you know, we have a kid who was 18 years old. Awesome.
No, I was tragically aware of it because I live in that neighborhood and I saw the helicopters hovering over one specific area. I think there were 3 helicopters in, you know,
the state police air wing was out. There were news helicopters and the state police air wing was also assisting. They had to locate the body. So I guess they were, you know, supporting the dive teams.
Yeah. Is there any more information or comment on how, you know, did he hit his head? Was
no,
there, we don't know.
No,
right?
We just, the only thing I really know is that about maybe 1:15 or 1:09, the swimmer went in. And didn't, you know.
Yeah. Oh, those poor girls too, his friends who are with him. It's just got to be so awful. You know, I do have one question about a detail in your article that you mentioned a basket that they lifted the young man out of the water and up the steep cliff with. What kind, is that sort of a traditional life-saving piece of equipment?
You know, I didn't see it. Our photographer saw it, but I would imagine it's a stretcher, you know.
Okay.
Use.
Right. Well, and let's touch upon Fiesta right across the harbor from where you are right now. A happy story.
I mean, I think you can see, if you can see in the background, that's where I was going to come today and maybe get some fried dough or some sweet Italian sausage. It's kind of a tragedy. What's going on here in Gloucester the last couple of days, you know, the feast of St. Peter and St. Paul. It's you know, praying to the safety of the fishermen. It's a 95-year tradition, and it's tonight is the road race. So Thursday night is the road race. Tomorrow is the formal opening procession at 7:30. So I'm hoping to be there. I'll wear another white shirt. I hope they don't carry the statue. I hear it's very heavy, and I want to just shout out to, if you haven't seen it, Corey's history of the Fiesta. I wish I'd seen it earlier before I started writing about the Fiesta.
Yeah.
It's
a great piece. It's a timeline piece that we produced at 1623. It's one of Corey's. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it was superbly done, and if you can catch it, it's only about 9 minutes, and it's very comprehensive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so you did write a little bit this week about the Fiesta, though. The Novena is back, and I know that was so important to so many people in this community. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that was actually the first time I'd ever seen it, and you know, I was trying to be very careful. It's in Sicilian. They're singing in Sicilian,
right?
And you know, Viva San Pietro, not Pedro, Pietro. Viva, viva, viva. So I had to learn the other phrase that goes with it. But it was really touching. They were singing very enthusiastically. It lasted for less than an hour. People would call out a number, and they would. It started with the Rosary, led by Joanne Aiello. She led the Rosary, and that was an expression of faith. That was done in English, and then they did the singing and the prayers, and then a mass was celebrated by the Reverend Paul Flamia. And because I had to make deadline, I didn't get to see them carrying the statue. But I've been telling people when I got there, there were some of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life. Released that statue, so
yeah.
It was it's going to be it's quite a spectacle, and let's hope that the weekend, this is it for the bad karma for Gloucester. Good news here is that, as you can see behind me, this building, 3-alarm fire, it's under, looks like it's under control, and so hopefully they have saved an iconic landmark for East Gloucester.
Yeah, do you want to just move a little bit to your right, because I think we can see how many fire vehicles, emergency vehicles are still there. It looks like, yeah, it's pretty active there still. Yeah, they're the hoses. And any concern, getting back to the Beacon Marine, about neighbors, was that touched upon at all? It's pretty much in this freestanding building anyway, right?
Yeah, it's a building like on the pilings, and the neighbors were all actually out. And I spoke to several neighbors who were very, very good at just telling me, giving me the lay of the land, because again, I'm sort of new to Gloucester. But this is an iconic building that I know from cycling around the city, and so I'm hoping that it can be saved, restored, made better than it was, and but I think everything's calmed down here now, so that's good.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great. And I hope that the damage is pretty much contained to that one section. We'll see how that goes, right?
Yeah, and let's hope the residents can, get back, find a place to live with the expensive housing.
Right. Well, just a few more comments on Fiesta. You also wrote that they are looking for people to walk in with those white shirts and carrying oars from the family boats. Do you want to touch upon that story?
Oh, I didn't write about, but hey, if they're looking for those people, maybe I should volunteer.
Yeah, there you go. No, actually, I think Andrea wrote that story, right? Andrea Holbrook.
Yeah, she was helping us out this week. Fiesta is such a monumental thing, and that's why I'm like, this is really strange for me, because I thought I would be coming live to you from Fiesta. It's a precious time in Gloucester, and hopefully all the residents can come out and enjoy it. I think it's not just for the tourists. I'm hoping to catch the sailboat race on Saturday in the morning, the Coast Guard versus the police department versus the fire department.
Oh,
this is
cool.
The ends of the women's division.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to catch that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to do.
Well, my favorite part of Fiesta, my absolute favorite, is at the very end, Sunday night. Do you know about the procession then?
I'll be there again. Yep, I'll be there.
Oh, great. I'll be there too. It's so beautiful.
They'll celebrate a mass, and then they'll process.
Right. They go around the fort.
Faith. It's not just about the fried dough. It's not about the rides, though. There are. Oh, just remember, if you do want to buy ride tickets, go on to Fiesta Show's website. They got some good deals.
Good to know.
But not about it's like 30. You have it's 30 for the wristbands, $35 there, $30. If you got a family, 2, 3, 4, it's going to add up. So, but again, it's not about the fried dough. It's not about the Italian sausage. It's not about the rides. It's really sincere expression of Italian, Portuguese culture, and again, praying for the safety of our fishermen.
And their continued efforts to fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ethan, it's been great catching up with you. I'm so sorry that you're yet again at another sad story there, breaking news, basically. But thank you for being with us and showing us what's going on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it'll be a lot calmer next week. I appreciate it, Heather.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you at Fiesta. Viva.
Buena Fiesta.
Buena Fiesta. Okay, take care.
Take care.
Interested in a sponsorship? Email sponsor@1623studios.org to learn more.